morning once again. Of course, good to have you guys on top of the show again this lovely Monday morning, the 5th day in the month of October, of course, year 2020. And like you already know, especially for those wey be family, you don't know, say once this time reach every Monday, now that level where they enter talking about Money Matta. But if you just join us for the first time, maybe just a scroll, you go and say, WAP TV, I've been looking for this channel. What are they doing at the moment? Waiting what they do at the breakfast show. Of course, we don't finish that part, but then we they continue with Mama Monica. Time out, we'll be saying our Money Matter. We always discuss on the show this morning. And obviously, for those who've been start the show with us last week, you know, say we've been start something new, achieving financial independence. And she was like, see me, since you are celebrating Nigerian independence, why can't we just do personal independence when it comes to money? You know, and you know, it's just okay for you to know where you did financially. When you know your stand, you don't be doing loud unnecessarily. Not go to club and be poppy what you know cannot afford. You understand? You know other things that are too expensive online. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, definitely we're going to continue from where we've been stopped last week. And she is here to do justice to all of us. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Barrister Mrs. Modupe.
Thank you, Slimmy. Good morning. How
Good
are
morning.
you?
Very well.
Yes, so and our viewers, good morning. How are you doing? It's not the very first Monday.
Yeah, that's true.
Month of October. So I want to say thank you to our viewers. How are you? And how has the journey for financial independence been? Are we making progress or we are trying to make progress? Anyway, whichever way we did, it is well. And last week, like Slimmy said, we started with achieving financial independence, and we explained what financial independence mean. And I want to quickly explain them again for our viewers where just they come on board with us this morning. And it be, okay, let me explain it. Say it be the state or the ability of a person make it have enough income. They come in for him every month, you know, so that he can meet in his expenses, daily expenses, weekly expenses, monthly expenses, without him going to work salary. So I go ask you some questions where you help to clarify this financial independence. And the first question where I want to ask you, say, are you able to meet your expenses without your monthly salary, your income? So if, for instance, now I want to ask, without your paycheck, without your salary, are you able to meet your expenses? You know, we say expenses, they constant. To pay transportation, to buy food, to buy your groceries, to make your hair, to do the things where you need money for. Can you meet all these things without salary? First question. So is it that yes or no? No in between. So if the answer be no, okay? If the answer be yes, okay? The second one, they say, can you survive financially if your paycheck stop today? If maybe the company fold up, the company say, no, come again, oh, are you able to sustain yourself, survive financially this time around? Are you? Yes or no? Or you have to wait on that paycheck, on that salary, or that brother to give you money, or that sister to give you money? Yes or no? The third question, they say, is still everything they similar. We just want to clarify, waiting me this financial independence. What does it mean? So if you stop working today, or you stop going to that shop today, how much money will continue to flow in? So if you don't go, because for many people, this job or this business now the main source of income. So if you stop going, will money still be coming in? Yes or no? Okay. The fourth question, they say, do you have enough assets? And by assets, I dey talk about investment. Do you have enough to bring in money to you without you going to work? Is it that yes or no? And the final question where I want to ask, they say, are you working towards acquiring assets? Assets now simply a form of investment which go to bring in money. Are you working towards it? Yes or no? So I want to make we score ourselves this morning. 5 questions. What do you score? 5 over 5, 4 over 5, 3 over 5, 2 over 5,
0 over
1
5.
over 5, or 0 over 5. This is not the reality. Nigeria be 60. We dey talk about and Nigeria no do well. Nigeria do this. Your own personal finance, how we go rate you? 5/5, 4/5, 3/5. How you go rate yourself? Because if your answer be no, you suppose know say something dey wrong.
Yeah.
You suppose change the narrative, the story of your life. And it begins today. You know, we're going to be looking at the steps. What do I have to do? What do I need to do? I know, say, all of us, we dey for different level. Some people have plenty income coming in. Some people don't get income at all. Some people, they average, you know. But we're all at a point. Wherever we dey, there is a road for us. Wherever we dey, there is a path for us. So calm down, you know, open your mind. Know, say, for this journey, you are able to achieve it. So whether you are young, whether you are small, whether it is not a respecter of persons.
At all.
That is what Money Matta dey about. If you follow the principle, it go work for you. But if you don't follow the principle, it go work against you. And that is why you wonder, say, some people start work together the same day. You see, say, after 6 months, you go to see the difference small. After 1 year, you go to see the difference small. After some years, you go see the difference they wide. Why? It's because of the steps where the person they take. They take different paths. They take different road. But the principle, don't forget, we say, na general. It is applicable to you and for me. So that's not the thing. So I go continue from there. Wait till you score yourself. Me, I don't score myself. I know waiting where I do for the journey. Slimmy too, I know say she don't score herself. So you for home, please score yourself.
Vivian, what's your score? 0.1.
Okay, don't forget, say at the end of the year we go.
Yeah,
yes, because we need to. You know, one thing I like about this program is say, na practical. No be just theory. Not practical. How we go make them work? How we go they work? You know, I thank God for people where they call and say, look, this thing is working for me. Some people they not say, look, don't forget, say one of the things where they for your control now your personal finance. And you got supposed to take them for yourself and begin to work them for yourself. So are you able to have money coming in without your salary? If the answer be no, this is not the thing we won't look at. So there are 6 major things we are going to look at, and we must have an understanding of if we want to have financial freedom, which some people call them, or financial independence. 6 major things. The first one is income, where we suppose understand what is income. I said a bit about them last week. You must understand your income. You must understand your expenses. You must understand assets. You must understand liability. You must understand insurance. And then you must understand financial education. We don't start with this financial education. This is not what Money Matta on WAP TV. This is not the thing we idea about. To educate you, to enlighten you, to show you the road. Because ignorance no be excuse. We want for you to know, say, look, with whatever it is that you are earning, you can make a difference. You can have financial independence. That's not the journey where we take for Money Matta. So that one we didn't do. But everybody must understand. And, you know, whether you are poor, whether you are wealthy, whether you are whatever, you must understand this concept. If you don't understand this concept, then you're just, you know, that's why you see some people who work for 45 years, they work for 35 years, and they have nothing to show for them because they don't understand these principles. Yeah. If you want to, you know, in school, they talk and say they teach us professional things, they teach us academic things, but they don't teach us personal finance. This is not the cocoa, this is the foundation. If you don't understand it, then there's no way you can make any progress when it comes to this financial journey. Like I say, income. What be income? Like the name suggests, income. Money where they come in, that's not income. So, like I said last week, there are 3 types of income. Number 1, end income. Number 2, passive income. Number 3, portfolio income. Income is the foundation for everything we all do with money. If no income, then there is no thing you are working towards. There must be income. And I know that majority of people, they start with this type of income, where they call end income. End income, like I say, they call them active income.
Still on top your number one family entertainment channel. And Money Matta they watch with Limity, and of course barrister Mrs. Modupe Vincent, aka Mama Monica. And we talk about achieving financial independence today. We don't talk so much. All right, so I know deny the fact say you don't miss a bit, but then we're opening the lines. If you have questions, contributions to make on the show, trust us, this is not the best time for you to put that across. Okay, 08105434984 and because 08173147589. Not to forget, say we also we dey on top Skype. So if you want more see your face, so you want more discuss, feel free to add us up on top of that Skype and the way they see. Just search for WAP TV, and we are good. All right, ma. So
yes,
where we stopped.
So, like Slimy say, we don't talk so much, but if you need clarification, you need to understand some things. I beg, feel free to call.
Yes.
So that's because this program now for you.
Yes.
So we dey talk about income, and we say that the type of income where you get matter. It determines where you dey go. Yes. And you know the questions where I ask you, I say, look, okay, do you have, in case your job stop, do you have any assets? Do you have assets that are bringing money to you? If you look at this type of the incomes where I talk about, I say there are 3 types of income. And this income type, they mean different things. This income type put you on different level on this financial journey. For most people, they start with what we call end income. And I say this end income now, active income. You know, show up, you know, get paid. Even for the person where you get in your own business, if you don't go to work, if you don't show up, if you don't open your barbing shop, that means customers will go come, you know, go get paid. If you be conductor, you get boss. If you don't go for that transportation business, it means waiting, money gonna go come. So all these kind of things, they are called earned income. You can be salary earner, you can be somebody where you get your own business. So far, say if you no show up, you know, get money. That not earned income. Most people they start with earned income, but I want to sound a warning at this point. Say start with earned income, but don't stop with earned income. That's not the problem for a majority of people, and that's not the reason why you see say after retirement you go see people still looking for employment, people still trying to depend, fighting government no give me this, and you see for our pensioners as well. The reason why they see all this fight, all this agitation, they say the only type of income where they earn throughout like life, now they earned income. And so when anything happen, you see say they don't feel survive anymore. A lot of people died even before they collect their pension. Why? Because they were not able to sustain themselves. And we're saying yes, start with it, but don't end with it. Majority people start and end. So what you go do? They say when you start to earn this earned income or collect this salary, begin to turn them into portfolio and passive income. Don't forget, say we say now 3 types of income: earned, passive, and portfolio. Portfolio and passive income are the 2 types of income that will bring you wealth. They are the type of income that will give you financial independence. Why? Because remember the question where we asked, say, can you sustain yourself? Can you meet your expenses without this income? If you not get assets where go bring you income, it means say waiting.
You're on your own.
You're on your own. You're still active. We want you to be passive. Passive means say you don't do anything active, but the money they still come in. And that's not the reason why we did that topic, which we will still continue, investing made easy. Because by the time we finish to list all this income, all this investment, you go see, say, when you look at it, you will break some into portfolio, you will break some into passive. Because with the investment you have determines the kind of income that you get. So take, for instance, the landlord. How many times did they work? He built that house waiting once. Portfolio and passive income means that you do the work once. That once may be 6 months. That month may be 1 day.
Yes,
that work can be 5 years. But you do and after that period, that initial struggle, that going out and coming in, the rest is become history. You begin to collect money. Landlord, how many times they build house? Now only once. It may take the person 6 months. It may take the person 5 years.
Okay, let's take Blessing from Anambra. Hello, Blessing. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm okay.
All right, dear. Please go on with your question.
Okay. Please, if you have hello, good morning.
Yeah. Turn down your volume.
I'm okay. Are you?
I'm fine, very well.
Okay. I am now working already, but I have some savings. I need small savings. What can I do with that small savings?
Okay, what do you have? How much is your savings?
Like I have 50K. What can I do with that money?
Okay, can you call me? Because I'm going to have to ask you some questions. Yes, so that I can tell you how to go about it and what you can do.
Okay, so Blessing, now details now you dey on the screen right now. Now number be that. So you give her a call after the show, not now. Give her a call after the show, and obviously those questions where she talk about, she go fit ask you, and you guys can move forward from
yes
there.
So like the example of the landlord where they talk about, but the person they collect rent every year without doing anything. Maybe once in a while you go republish, touch here, but that is passive income. And then that person can now also be using that money to do other things. So that is what you should do. Use that income that comes, use it to build other things and other things. So that one. So don't be comfortable with it. Start thinking, what can I fit do with my salary? The second thing we want to look at be expenses. And expenses too, you divide them into 3 types of expenses. The first one is the fixed expense. We don't explain them here before. Fixed expense means that the expense that are regular, they are constant, and most times the amounts to are constant. So constant. They are expenses, they are fixed. Your house rent, most times, they are the same. They are the same usually for a certain period of time before they change. School fees of the children, they're usually the same amount of money. The same time, you pay them the same time. Those are the 2 major things that are fixed expenses. So if they pay 1.2 million for your house rent or 100,000 for your house rent, it means that this year you pay it, next year you pay. So it's fixed. So you already know ahead of time that I have this thing to pay. Another kind of expense is what we call the variable expense. It means that this expense day, but the amount no constant. And this type of expense, you have power to change them. For instance, you have some of the things that you use money for, your credit, your beauty, your hair, everything. You fit adjust them. If you see, say, something no balance, money no balance for this month, you can decide, say, okay, maybe this month, this now the waiting I want cut. You feel cut some, you get control. Fixed expenses, you usually don't have control. Them, yeah. You cannot go and tell your landlord something or your children's this one. So that one, you don't have control. Fixed, you don't have control. Variable, you have control. And you have the third one, which we call occasional expenses. Occasional expenses. That, right? You have control over that as well. Occasional expenses are expenses which are not constant. Well, they are constant, but they don't appear all the time. For instance, celebrations.
Yeah,
you have your birthday. It happens once a year. They are occasional. Christmas, Ileya, they are constant. That this a pregnant woman.
Yeah,
after 9 months. So these are not emergencies. You already know that they will happen. So you should plan ahead for them. If you have an understanding of these expenses, it will help you when we are looking at your cash flow. We don't deal with that one so many times. You will have, okay, I feel caught here, I know fit caught here. Because a lot of people, they go tell you, say, I know feel caught. I they tell them so. It's because you don't understand that expenses, they are in 3 categories. If you understand them, you go know say you can cut.
You know the one where you fit cut.
Where the one where you fit cut, and the one where you even fit do without. And the period of coronavirus show us say there are certain things you can do without. And those things where you do without, where you die during that period, you can cut them off and put them as your savings, which will turn to your investments in the long run. Then another thing is your assets. Assets. What are assets? Sleep me. What are assets?
Assets are those things that bring in money.
Fantastic. And I know say our viewers at home too go answer. Assets are the things that bring in money, whether you work or not. And that is the level where I want all of us to reach. We'll start small, Not all of us fit enter
at all at the
big
same time.
Yes, but there's a level for each person, and I want us to get to that level.
And it's possible.
It's possible. You may say, yeah, it's difficult, but it's possible. Even if now small, the small investment you feel do, please start with that investment. So that now assets. Don't confuse assets with liabilities. A lot of people, they fight me, no, my house now asset, my car now asset. One thing I want to make you take from here,
but is my house not it's not
one thing I want you to understand from here, they say, an item, whether it's an asset or liability, will be determined by whether they bring in money
or not.
That's not the thing. For financial purposes, you won't get loan. Things like that for financial purposes.
So for a house that
your
you
financial,
live in,
it is not an asset.
It is not an asset
not
unless if it is rented.
Exactly.
Okay.
So people should not confuse it, and that is why there's a difference between people that
understand
the wealthy. When they go to the bank, they ask you for your financial reports card. Remember that thing where we did that time?
Yeah.
They will look at it. There's always two columns, two sections, assets and liability. So the determining point is it bringing in money? If it's not bringing in money,
it's not an asset.
Because it is, when they are looking at it, they look at it as at a particular time.
Okay.
That we call them snapshots.
Okay.
At a particular time. So they want to see at this time, if it's not bringing you money, you cannot call it an asset. Liability is anything that takes away money from you. That's the fourth one I want to make you understand. And if you look at the house where you live in, there are so many taxes. Now Nigeria is waking up and they are taxing people for all these things. Ground rent, stamp duty on the house and everything. It's taking money out from you.
But if it ties down money at the same time, because you can choose to sell later to...
That is capital gains. That is why we need to understand these terminologies very, very well. We will keep talking about them, repeating them, and breaking them down. Because that is why, there was a time you asked the question, people kept asking, can I use debt? Can I start with debt? Can I, And I said no. Why? Because understanding of people of debt. But for the extremely wealthy, they use debt to make money. So we need to understand.
Getting loans from the bank.
Yes. A lot. See what Dangote is doing. It is a lot of debt. A lot of people. That
he knows he can pay back anyways.
And because he understands all these things, he knows that, look, for me, house is not an asset. But people, you need to understand this before you move into that level of saying debt. We are still going to talk about debt. We have, our syllabus plenty.
Yes.
Plenty.
Yes, students, watch it. I hope you are ready.
Yes. So we need to take, step by step, line upon line, precept upon precept, and then we will get there gradually.
I think we're actually getting there. We get comments, we get testimonies, so we are doing well. I can't wait for December, where we get to give our report. Let's see how well we did.
And Chief must come and give his own report wherever he did.
His birthday is even tomorrow.
Okay.
But ma, please don't tell him not to do party, because now we say Mama Monica said I should not turn up.
Okay.
We are going to turn up. Anyway, so thank you very, very much, Ma, for coming. We're going to continue from here next week.
Okay, I want us to finish next week as well.
Okay, we intend to finish next week, but let's see how that goes, all right? So I hope you guys are taking notes. I hope you're taking your lessons. I just need you to understand the fact that it is really, really possible for you to get to the stage you are talking about. Everything is step. Okay, so see you again next week, Monday. But then I'll be around with Chief tomorrow morning. But remember to join. It will be 1 to 2 on the beat zone.
Be money wise.
Thank you guys for watching. Have a fabulous week.